Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. My name is Leah Holder, and as you probably guessed from the title, we're going to be talking about sex. More specifically, why would anyone wait to have sex? Weird. Well, I want to first talk to the Christians. If you're a Christian, as I am, that means that you believe that God came to earth as Jesus. He lived the perfect life that we should have lived, and he died a terrible death that we should have died, and then he rose. All so that we could have a personal relationship with him and live eternally with him. Now, if you believe that Jesus gave his all for us, why shouldn't we give our all back to him? I mean, if we owe him everything, what part of our life should be off limits? I'm thinking we should give everything back to him, including our sexuality. I used to try to be pure for a lot of different reasons, but I never found consistent success until I decided to do it for God. Now, just to be clear, I'm not saying that we should be pure so that God will love us. He already does. I'm saying we should live pure because God loves us, and we love him. Now, if you're not a Christian, I hope you'll stay tuned in, because I can think of at least 3 practical reasons to be pure as well. The first reason is just 3 letters, STD. Actually, the number of STDs are growing as the years go by. And unfortunately, I know some people who have contracted STDs, including HIV, and they all say the same thing. They just didn't think it would happen to them, but it did. Another reason is that about 50% of children are growing up in single-parent homes today, and many of those are single moms. And it's interesting because I remember in high school, people would say that if you're dating a guy, then you should sleep with him, or else he'll just leave and find somebody else who will. But this number, 50%, seems to say to me that there's a lot of women sleeping with these guys, but they're not staying. And I know in some situations, the moms were actually married to the guy and maybe he passed away or he left. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about women my age and younger whose lives are being completely altered because they're having to raise children alone. God never wanted that for us. And the final reason is that even non-religious, unbiased studies have shown that people who live together and have sex before marriage actually have far higher divorce rates. They tend to have higher rates of infidelity, and they also tend to have less satisfied sex lives within their marriages. And that kind of makes sense, right? Because if you've been having sex all the way up until you get married, on your honeymoon, it's really nothing new, right? Maybe a change of scenery. Those are just 3 reasons that I think we should follow God's model for sex, which is within marriage. Is he trying to ruin our fun? Absolutely not. After all, he created sex. It was his great idea. He just has boundaries for it for the same reason any parent has boundaries for their children, to protect us. So that's the why. Now the million-dollar question is, how? How do we live sexually pure when we have these crazy hormones and when we live in this sex-crazy culture? I'm so glad you asked. That's exactly what my next few videos are going to be about. I'm going to be posting a series of videos that are influenced by and inspired by my book on this topic, No Trespassing, I'm God's Property. I'll let you know on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram when I'll be posting the next video. In the meantime, I hope you'll do 3 things for me. Number 1, please subscribe to my channel. Number 2, please share this video. And number 3, please go grab your copy of No Trespassing, I'm God's Property. It'll be available at Barnes & Noble, Lifeway, Amazon.com, and my website, leahholder.com. I hope to see you then, and until then, be blessed and always remember that God's way is the best way.